Hello there, what's the story, what's the crack, how are y'all keeping? This is the PandaPuncher, yes, PandaPuncher. Welcome back to Let's Play a Tavernier. And yeah, every time I say that word, by the way, I think I'm saying it wrong. It's just not a natural sounding word. But here we are, week 20, part 3 of this little Let's Play series. I'm not sure how long this game is, but I know for definite there's 32 weeks left for whatever the hell's going on with this and our uncle. But we'll just jump on to the next week. A horde of barbarians comes into your bar. They quickly correct you and insist that you call them a herd of barbarians. Fair enough. I can let them stay and ask them why, so I get gold, up with the folks, but lose customers and guards and nobles. Let them stay, ask no questions, so more professional, but lose gold and customers. And tell them you won't serve a horde. And emphasize horde. So lose. I'm not going to choose that one because it's plus to cool, and I don't care for cool. I want to be 100% professional. You know what? I'll take the gold. They explain to you that they're trying a new way of barbarity based on herding animals and trade to get what they need. You would explain to them that this is just standard nomadism. But hey, if you can avoid your whole tavern getting wrecked. That being said, some of your patrons can't stand the smell of cattle and leave, save for folks who are used to that. Fair enough. Yeah, gold-wise we're grand. We'll buy increased furniture, get a few extra people in. But other than that, we're just going to start a new one. A man clad in studded leather and rags wielding a sword, crackling with thunder and a beard of at least several months comes up to you asking for a beer. Just give him the beer, be cool, get gold. Sorry sir, we don't serve the likes of you in my tavern. More pro, lose customers. And if I only had another decoration, I would have got shit tons of tipping. More gold, nobles. Right. So I kind of want to look at decorations. I know it's 9,000 to open the next decoration slot, so... I don't want to lose customers, but I do want to become more professional. The man looks around him and understands he's out of place. He excuses himself and leaves. Oh, at least he... Standards, gotta have them. Fair enough. So our tax is down to 39% after the 500 flat tax. Which is only... If there has to be a tax, there shouldn't be... I'm not going to get political, never mind. So we're down to 7,000. We need the 9 to open the decoration, isn't it? Yeah. There's not much else I can do other than start a new week. A noble and a wanderer are arguing. Suddenly the wanderer slams the table and comes to you. Hey, dude, these nobles are jerks. He's asking me to move away just because my cheese smells a bit strong. I'm going to agree with the noble, lose customers. Agree with the wanderer. Get some wanderers, but down nobles, gold and customers. Have the bard help them understand each other. You have the bard sing an epic tale of a noble and a hero helping each other even if they are different. They both enjoy the song, though not everyone in the room appreciates the change of atmosphere. I don't care. Didn't want to lose gold, money, people, all that stuff. So we'll grab the extra decoration now. And... I'm assuming that if only you had an extra decoration here, it would have been for the wanderers. Could just grab more gold. Well, we can't this time around. Gaining extra customers would be good. Gaining fucking alignment would be good too. But we'll need a bit more gold to get any of those kind of things, so once again, start new week. This again. According to your friends, the secret meeting should be... Yeah, we know this bit. I'm not going to go straight forward, because it didn't work last time, and I don't think it's going to work this time, so we're going to wait and see. While you're wondering about how to pass. That should be wondering, shouldn't it? No, it is wondering. What am I talking about? I'm just so used to having to try and parse some little mistakes they make in the text that I'm making me own up. While you're Anyway, how to pass. One of the regular customers passes by and notices you. You both go to the guard, and your friend simply says, "Don't worry, he's with me." The guard moves away, and you finally be able to witness the meeting. Making small talk with your new friend, you learn he is a noble. Not that surprised to see much he invested in their well-being. Sounds like your connections are finally paying off. He explains most nobles have recently arrived in town after the building of a secondary house for the Emperor. The Emperor hasn't arrived himself and maybe never will, but that didn't stop various nobles from making a small court. Anyone needs to meet this guy, the local lord, a common folk in our ranks, and yet I'm not disappointed. You're someone special, aren't you? Damn fucking right I am. I wouldn't have expected a taverner to come down here, but I suppose it's only fair, seeing how much you did for us. This is a difficult place, one that could make or break you. You really think you're ready? Really? Of course I'm ready. You aren't just anybody, and you've decided already to take matters in your own hands, yes. You take your most professional stance and simply assure that you are indeed ready. Well, if you want to make things even more difficult on yourself, I guess I can help you. I'll make a pass for you, but it won't be cheap. I hear that you've been doing well in your business. I could use some funds, 3,000. Yeah, take 3,000. Take my money, let me in. You take the bag you brought for this kind of occasion. It starts glowing blue. Surprised, you look at the faction leader. I guess that's your way of making sure I did my part. Your turn. He silently nods and presses his ring onto a piece of paper while casting a spell of some sort. Take this, he says, and you'll be able to attend the next meeting freely. Just be careful. That's my reputation I'm waging on. Satisfied, return to your tavern resume. So this guy can do fucking magic. Fair enough. More monies. Well, we lose money because we had to give like 3,000 gold to that guy, but despite giving away £3,000, we still made 100, or only lost 100. So that wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad of a words. God fucking hell. Who the hell's this guy? He looks badass. A small goblin with various smoking potions comes to you. He looks mentally unstable as any of his potions. He looks as mentally unstable. Hello, notice your tavern is not exploding. Well, thank you. It's kind of the look I'm going for. Do you want help with that? No, to be honest, I kind of like, the non-exploding part. So take some of my gold and give me some professional stuff. Are you mad? Get out. The goblin snaps, starts throwing stuff. Why so many explosions? La-di-da. Stupid goblins. So, our profits are taking a hit because we've had a few things happening that has cost us money, but there's not a lot we can do. A few folks are discussing a recent business that just arrived in town. It's an investment thing. You give them money up front and they make sure you earn a bit more each day. Your business sense is tingling. You ask them a few questions, making sure it's not a scam, but apparently it's the real deal. I should just keep the upgrades and selling beers. Why not invest a little bit? 3,000 gold. But our tipping goes up. And if only we were a little richer, we could have... That's probably like 10,000 gold or something. We'll take the increased tips. It's good business practice to have several plans and fallback options. Setting aside a small fund you invest in the company in return. They outfit your tavern with a new tipping jar and a few tips to get more benefits from it. It should pay off in the long run. That's nice. So our tipping jar will give us... Oh, tipping's now 30%. It was 10%. Definitely going to go all in the nobles. They're the ones that spend the most money. So we only have 1,800, so we're going to have to go again. When racketeering takes place, you're supposed to call the guards, but what if the guards themselves start making people pay a fee to enter or leave town? Who's supposed to take action then? That is a very good question, my friend. Nobody, so lose gold. Me? You know what? I'm going to take that, yeah. Me, I should start. You tell the guards to back off and stop oppressing honest folk. They start gauging you. They realize going against an honest man like you is probably a bad idea. Today you're a folk hero. So we took a bit of hit with guards and nobles, but it's the pro alignment I like because now our tax is down to 35%. Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Monies. So we're now probably. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could buy that. We could get rid of cheese. Add that in. Get rid of the banana. Add back the roast chicken. And maximize the profit we're getting from guards and nobles. I think that's not a bad idea. Decorations though. We do have one left. So we could go and get the extra... Well, we can't get the extra gold one. Can we even get that one? No. So we'll go another turn. Oh shit, yeah. Today is another meeting day for shadow leaders of this town. You quickly make haste for the underground. There, people assemble to decide who the sacrifice will be. As usual, the mayor is presiding over the discussions, and factions wage intellectual war to protect their own people. You recognise many names. Apparently drinking and alcoholism is a big problem in the town, and you know most of the ones talked about. Some regulars, some you've only seen a few times. The night goes on and the name is finally agreed upon. You know he sometimes comes to your tavern, but you never see him again. Okay. I'm losing my ability to read. This whole tradition is very weird. How come people that weren't there just a few months ago now have their own faction, and why didn't anyone ever rebel against it? You really want to see the mayor and get answers, but no matter how hard you try, people simply don't react. If only you had the power to make a difference, something to guarantee you'll be heard. Return disappointed for now. You shrug and resume your daily activities. So we need to get more power. How do you get more power? You get a shit ton of money? I suppose that's just the general objective of the game anyway, so... What's the next furniture upgrade? It's 16,000. Okay. Okay, we'll just do a few events and see what happens. An overwhelmingly stylish wanderer comes into your tavern bearing a strange and fancy birthmark on his head. Sounds like someone we may know of. Almost instantly, not in this game, just in general. One of the oldest regulars spits his beer and stands up pointing his finger at the newcomer. What are you doing bearing the astral mark? What the fuck's... Okay. You're not the chosen one, you fraud. A fraud, destiny's a fraud. I make my own mark and I'll become the chosen one by my own actions. Everyone else falls silent as the young and old both stare at each other while clashing in a battle of wits. So hold on, right, in this town we have nobles that have magic, we have talking hens and cats, we have a weird mystical kind of society that decides, you know, who to sacrifice every week. Sacrifice to who? Why? What's... Okay, and we have this mysterious counting clock thing that our uncle is connected to. There's a lot of shit going on this town. But anyway, and now we have a chosen one. We can break them up, lose customers, gain gold, or listen silently. Gain a couple of those, lose a couple of those. Don't want to lose customers. Customers bring money, so we'll listen silently. Conversation turns sour when the old man raises his voice and the would-be hero raises his sword. Two sides regroup behind each one, and a fight erupts. Blah blah blah. Tavern brawl. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Definitely gaining up gold now, alright. It's the annual beer festival! Yay! I love beer and festivals, and especially a beer festival. As such, a lot of people will be coming into your tavern later this evening to drink beer and to beer. But there's also the matter of the big 9 o'clock show. You don't know what old Selkin did at this time of year, but many people are pressuring you into letting them run the show. Who will you choose? Swordplay demonstration, guards and gold up, nobles down. Circus show, folks gold, but down for guards and nobles. And a 3-act yeah, no, we're not doing a 3-act play for one hang. We'll go with guards and gold. Men at arms, your tavern really like the classic style, but you can let down your less military inclined patrons. And yeah, more monies. Lots of monies. So we'll do one more of these, and then we'll see what the situation is afterwards. A group of hard-working miners enters your tavern, grunting and rambling about their day's work, which sounds quite harassing. One noble lady asks you if you can secure her a table away from the working masses, which provokes said masses. Side of the miners, not going to do that. Side of the noble, not your problem. I want to keep the nobles and the tipping because they're bringing in mega bucks right now. Don't really want my taxes to increase, which this would do. Not your problem. It really isn't my problem. I'm just saying. It really isn't. Tell the woman that you're not responsible for your client's pleasantness or lack thereof. You merely handle the stocks and the register. She sighs and starts looking for an isolated table. Meanwhile, the miners didn't really appreciate being overtly called unpleasant. A really good compromise is one that leaves both sides equally dissatisfied. That is very, very true. So compromises always leave somebody pissed off. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So we can go for the 2 professional each week. We can go for gradual bringing in of customers. We can have more gold coming in. an extra 1500, so we'd have 3000 gold coming in per week, no matter what, which might be good. Or we could go for the nobles again, and yeah, it's probably not a good idea. We should probably bring back this one, to be fair, because we are losing guards every week to nobles because of the, you know what, customers. There we go. That one would be 16,000 gold. We could buy that straight away, but I kind of want to keep gold for a while and see what happens. Ah, this fucking prick again. Even if you aren't as surprised the last time, seeing the Jinn makes your heart still for a second. That's a sentence that's broken. Hello, Tavernier. I wish to drink a beer. Yep, this is what the building's about. A beer for a wish, just like before. You ask him, isn't money enough? Okay, so this time he's offering us a wish for power or a wish for fame. Now, think about it here for a second. We were at that creepy meeting there a while back, and if only we had more power, see what the connection here, we could have talked to the mayor. So I'm going to take power, and something just appeared up here. The Jinn smiles as energy gathers around him. Material gain is fleeting, but bettering yourself is always a good choice. Yeah, it's the same text as before. Mages. Interesting. It is done. You can now use the natural energies and mana. This will allow you to do much more than before, but be careful, for your energy is limited. Each week you will gather 5 mana, so okay, that's mana points. Use them as you see fit, but you should be able to pay 15 mana to skip an event you see no outcome from, if nothing else. Me reshaping reality also attracted the attention of a few other spellcasters. I'm sure they'll be eager to meet you, but don't forget, this power is wild and ice, and I've yet to see the world fail to compensate for it. So we get mana now, which I'm okay with. So we're going to get rid of the peppers, get some fish in for the mages, but we're still focusing primarily on the other two. That means our decorations will probably need to change. Oh, that means there's music. Swing. 15% mages, all others -3 each week. We'll do that for a while, see what happens. Guards are down to 5%. You know what, we're going to bring that in, and then we'll get you going. And start next week. Amidst the lively background noise of your tavern's daily activities, you hear a peculiar conversation rising. The lord of the town apparently died with no heir to the throne, and now the townsfolk are trying to decide who should lead the town. 4 candidates have come forward, and you feel like it's going to be a tight vote. Tight enough that you might just influence it for your favourite candidate. Now, how will you convince the people? If only spirits liked you more. Does that mean we have another customer type to get? If only folks like you more. I don't care for the folks anyway. You were never much of a politician anyway, so we just lose a shit ton of customers. Use your death-defying fame to give wit and reach to your words, so we get a shit ton of gold. We lose a lot of customers and some tipping. So either way, we're losing out here. This would have been the only one that would have worked as an overall positive. Except the 3 people that I'm attracting would have took a hit there, but So what's more important? Short-term gain of gold, but losing customers and tipping, or just I'll take just the gold hit, or the customer hit, because we can get the customers back. 20 customers. Ow! Soon enough, no thanks to you. Some guy named Duck the Fourth the Drunk is crowned Lord of the City. As soon as he's on the throne, he declares he never wanted to be Lord and quits. Insulting political storm causes you to lose some clients in the process. You shrug and resume your daily activities. Well, that's going to sting a wee bit. That was a lot of gold we lost. I wanted to be able to upgrade that. We'll do one more event and might squeeze one more in, but it's coming up to the 20-minute mark, and I kind of want to keep these episodes on point. Now there's an uncommon sight. One of your patrons managed to fill a portable hole with beer and is using a clever trick to make more beer pour out than what came in. That's funny and all, but it can also cut your margin by a significant amount if people learn to do that. So we have 10 mana, we could skip it for 15, but obviously we don't have 15. We can ask for a margin for profit, so we lose gold. Rogues and professionalism goes up, and we lose with mages. It's just a party trick. Gold goes down, cool goes up. Have the waitress learn how to do it, gold goes up, mana goes down. We'll take that. And you ask the lady to teach your waitress how to do it so you can sell a few more beers than your actual stock. It costs you some mana to create a new portable hole, but it's worth it in the end. Damn right it's worth it. And this week was grand. And I kind of want... How is our balance here? Guards is 0. What is that? Fair enough. Taverns on fire, but who could have done such a thing? Ow! I didn't want this to happen. Arrival, customers down, discontent clients, tipping down, yourself, customers all up, gold down. You know what, we're going to take that hit of the gold, get the customers back. You had the gold to spare, so you hired a professional artificer to display spectacular indoor fireworks. Once your clients are assured that they risk nothing, they start gathering for the quite exotic show. And next week, nobles will be down 3, mages will be +3, but there's something going on that's taking away all the guards. Yeah. But again, that's going to have to wait until the next episode. We are on week 35 of 52, so then we get to figure out what's going on here. And we're a step closer to figuring out what is going on with the weird, strange meeting nonsense. Because that's intriguing me. That's making me just want to play this game just straight away more and more, and I'm enjoying it. Swing music, not so much. That'll probably change back to the symphonic or something like that the next episode. But as you know, this episode is over. Please go away until next time. Good luck and goodbye.